So just what exactly is Sony and Marvel Studios planning to do with Tom Holland in Avengers Secret Wars? Well, per reports, Doomsday, tiny little role, if anything, maybe just a tiny little cameo. But Avengers Secret Wars, he has a major part to play. Naturally, it seems like they want him to have the black suit and also potentially take on Venom. So something interesting I've seen, and I don't know how it got here, but there is now reports that Spider-Man's future in the MCU is in doubt because of the way that they're handling him in Avengers Doomsday, which doesn't make sense to me. They just signed a new contract for multiple Spider-Man films, and those obviously will include Avengers appearances. Now let's say they signed a 6-film contract. Why do you need to, for lack of a better term, blow your load right out the gate by tossing him into 2 films in the same year? Wouldn't it be smarter to do Spider-Man 4 and then Spider-Man 5 and 6, but skip Avengers 5, then Avengers 6 and 7 and 8? Kind of plan for the future, or maybe a crossover with the Fantastic Four where he plays a major role in a future Foundation film or something like that. Like, doesn't that make a lot more sense, or is that just me sort of trying to rationalize these dumb reports and trying to find a reason for why he's not in Doomsday, really? And if he is, it's the smallest little cameo that doesn't count. Because, again, why? Why would his future be in doubt, as some of these reports are stating? It doesn't make sense. They just started a whole new trilogy. That's how they literally talk about it, a new trilogy. So let's say, hypothetically, some of these people that are fear-mongering, even if they're right, oh, he's never going to appear in Avengers films. Okay, Avengers will appear in his films and still in the MCU. Done deal, right? But this brings us to Tom Holland's role in Avengers Secret Wars, which apparently is pretty massive, all things considered. So insiders have recently reported exclusives that yes, Spider-Man is in Avengers Doomsday. I don't think you need any scooper or an exclusive to tell you that he obviously is. This is Avengers Secret Wars. This is the final time we are going to see many of these actors, and this will be it, a reboot point. So Chris Evans showing up as Captain America, Captain Hydra, whoever, it's obviously going to happen. Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, I would say like a 90% chance they show up. Again, this is the blow-off. This is the finale. This is say goodbye to everything before. We are now one universe going forward. Everything takes place in this comic book universe come live action, right? So, yeah, Tom Holland is going to be in Avengers Secret Wars. Make no mistake about it. Now, what his role is has been the subject of many scoops, rumors, debunkings, rebuttals to debunkings, my sources, their sources, these sources, those sources, whatever the case is. The general gist seems to be that they want Spider-Man in Secret Wars because, one, the Russo brothers. And yes, the Russo brothers have talked about how much they love Secret Wars. They absolutely adore those comics. Those comics and Wolverine comics made them fans of Marvel, and they want to do that. So what do you do from Secret Wars? You got to do those Spider-Man moments, the black suit, the panels, right? You got to recreate all that. You got to have a poster with Tom Holland's Spider-Man doing the pose from Secret Wars. You got to have all the familiar stuff, right? But where things get more interesting is that reports are stating that he's essentially going to kind of get convinced by Victor Von Doom, Tony Stark lookalike, whoever he is, that maybe he should join his team. He's sort of going to play like a mentor figure to him, which again might be an interesting way to handle this whole situation, that Doctor Doom is assembling his own sort of followers and trying to play off everything like, hey, I am Tony Stark, I just didn't die, I became bigger, I'm a bigger deal, look. The best way to survive is if I sacrificed everything and I can do it again to save us all because I'm Tony Stark. Yeah, some people would fall in line, probably Spider-Man, because again, one, he's still a little young and naive. Two, it's his mentor figure, you know? Like, this makes sense to me. But then again, as much as that makes sense, I think you need Spider-Man to be heroic after the revelation that Doctor Doom is Doctor Doom that we're undoubtedly going to see at the end of Doomsday. So then that brings us into what is Spider-Man's role. Because per reports, he's getting that black suit at the end of Spider-Man Brand New Day. So then he's skipping Doomsday, which I'm still convinced is going to run concurrently with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Like, both of them are going to be taking place around the same time. So then he's in Secret Wars. Cool. He's got the black suit. Great. So what does he do? Well, he fights Tom Hardy's Venom. So if you guys recall, it wasn't too long ago that Tom Hardy was talking about the missed opportunity, and he said that there's always conversations, and they're still happening. And that's above his pay grade, but he 100% wants to give the fans what they want, which is his Venom versus Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Which, of course, as most of you know, they tried to make this a thing for all three films. The first time, Marvel Studios said no for Venom 1. The second time, they kind of agreed no, but that's because Sony was going to pull Spider-Man out of the MCU. The third time, it was like, this isn't going to make sense, and we just need to end this franchise as it's diminishing returns, and we're just going to play off of the MCU appearance, but that's it. So again, there were conversations they didn't happen. Reports are stating since everything and everybody is in Secret Wars, you're going to get Tom Hardy's Venom back. He's going to have his moment. He's going to face off against Spider-Man. But then, what? What do we do? Well, I think it's clear his Venom is an anti-hero. He's going to join the good guys and fight for the good side. So I think what you're going to see is honestly probably like one scene of Tom Hardy and Tom Holland sitting down talking about it. He's going to be like, oh yeah, I know you because of the symbiote. Oh, funny enough, I have your leftover symbiote. Cool. You know, there you go. Quick little story, done. We move on, right? And then they fight. And then the universe post-Secret Wars is reshaped. You got one continuity. Eddie Brock can now exist in this universe. Probably a recast because, as Tom Hardy has stated, he can't keep doing this anymore. His body is broken. He said it's even hard to wake up and walk in the morning on some days because of how broken he is. And that really shows in some of his recent projects. So, yeah, I think it's pretty crystal clear. Tom Holland's role in Avengers Secret Wars will be a big one. And he's probably facing off against Venom. He's definitely going to be in this film in the black suit. Make no mistake about that. I can confirm that. That's an exclusive. Quote me on that 3 years from now or whenever. Call me Scoopy McDoopy 69, boys. I'm advancing the Scoopy McDoopy 420. I'm taking over, Scoopers. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.